right, we are here to do another video, and this video, um, what do I want to say? Like, subscribe, share. Each one teach one. Press that notification when there is new content that has been published or put out for the people. Um, yeah. So if you have any earbuds, earpods, anything of that nature, um, or if you're on a PC, whatever it may be you're on, um, I suggest you lower your volume. As a suggestion that you lower your volume. I am going to ring my singing bowl and clear the airway, and we're going to go from there. Um, I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. I want to thank people for commenting. I want to thank the young man who commented me about my grandmother and how pretty she was. Thank you very much. Um, so here we go. I'm going to ring this singing bowl and then we're going to get started. Oh, yeah. A little bit of Palo Santo. Make sure we clear the airway, get some things going, make it all clean and nice, clearing and clear that space up. So, with this video, give me 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. All right, now this video is about leaders are those who are put in position to lead, and what makes them a leader. You might ask yourself, what makes someone a leader? What makes them qualified? Is it their knowledge, um, their wisdom? Is it something that they read? What makes them a leader? Is it the clothes that they wear? Is it the image that they put out? Is it their persona? Is it their ego? Um, is it the way that they deliver a message? Um, what makes them a leader is the question. What makes you believe in someone? Just the same as question as what makes you believe in the Almighty. You know, there's many ways that people can be led astray. And to me, there are all people out there there are a lot of leaders out there, and there are a lot of followers. But what makes you believe that you're following and believing in the right person is the question. What makes the person that you listen to or that you follow on social media or, you know, and you know, like this person that they speak about in Jerusalem, what makes him a leader? Because of um, his knowledge, or because he has a very good memory of these different um, scriptures and books and something someone else written down. Um, that makes him a leader. I tell you that a leader doesn't lead by all these things. A leader leads by, and a leader is supposed to lead by example. What a leader should be is humble. What a leader should be is gratitude. What a leader should be is not by ego. What a leader should be is not by the way he dresses, or the way that he speaks, or the um, directness, or if I don't know if I'm saying it right, but directing his message firmly. This doesn't make a leader. People misinterpret it, I use it that way. People misinterpret on the direct deliverance of messaging to others. People, this is a cunning way of being a leader. When a person speaks firm and direct, this is something that is just not. This was what, how do I say this? This is what's got a lot of people fooled, so to speak. If you speak with precise, and I was talking to my family about a person that we know, and she said that I wish I can be like that. And given this man has the gift of the gab, but I see a person like this is a person that is cunning, that is can charm you out of can charm you out of your shirt, can charm you out of whatever you may have, or whatever you may possess. A person that speaks firmly, that speaks direct, that speaks in a cunning way, I don't consider that being a leader. I consider that being a reptile, a snake. Because this is what the world expect for a leader to be someone who speaks firm and direct. You have to speak and stand and present in a way of firmness, in a way of unshaken grounds. And this is far from the truth of being a leader. Because in actuality, these things that they speak is written. It's not things that they speak that's coming from the heart. It's written, or it's written by someone, or someone has written it for them. And this is what they go off a piece of paper that sits in front of them when they're in front of a podium, or when they are reading a prompter, or whatever it may be that they may be reading, to deliver a message. But this message is being delivered in a false light, because a leader shouldn't have to write anything down. A leader should not have to read from a prompter. A leader should not have to memorize books on top of books on top of books to show their leadership. A leader does not have to be, in this instance, human educated. A leader is spiritually educated. A leader is spiritually guided by the Almighty. A leader is spiritually educated by the Almighty, not by something that they read. For me, with my book, it's a read, but it's something that I found. It's something that the Almighty showed me. It's something that the Almighty showed me who I am. And this is why I speak this every time at the end of my book, at the end of my videos. Lion of Judah, ancestor, and I say ancestor, one, not ancestors, ancestor of the Lyran. So this is why I speak these things at the end, because I don't have the book smarts. I don't read different Bibles. Anything that's given, anything that's spoken is through the Almighty. I don't speak through a book. I speak what has been shown to me. So this is what makes me a leader, because there's nothing scripted. Nothing. Someone who reads from a book is scripted. Someone who memorizes things out of a book is scripted. So the thing about the Almighty is that there's nothing scripted. This is at random. This is not something planned. See, when you plan things, the Almighty intends to throw a monkey wrench in your plans. So you can't make plans without the Almighty. If the Almighty's willing, yes, willing to let those plans go through. But the Almighty is unorthodox. You can't make plans, because the Almighty is unorthodox. I'm unorthodox. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But it could change at a whim. But when I say I'm going to do something, I follow through. But this is only if the Almighty allows it. See, so what you consider being a leader is really a follower, because a leader goes by its own beat, its own heartbeat. It goes by its own beat of the drum, not by someone else's beat of the drum, not someone else's word. A leader has no plans. The only leaders that have plans are the ones that are leading astray. So, if you believe someone who voiced their opinions in an upright, firm manner, or in a stern manner, and I'm not trying to say you're wrong for listening to whoever you want to listen to, but, or following whoever you want to follow. But the way I see it, reading from a book is just not, that's not it. Because at that point, you're not being led. You're not being led by the Almighty. You're being led by a book. You're following. You're not being led. At that point, you're following. But if you're being led by the Almighty, you don't need all of these books. You don't need all this high education. You just need one thing, and that's to be led by the Almighty. But who's led by the Almighty is who lead the people. But if you're too busy thinking that what you read makes you qualified of being a leader, that is far from the truth. Because the only being I know that sends signs and wonders is the Almighty. So, what do you classify as a leader? It's the question. How do you judge on what's a leader to you? How do you judge that? Because I know a lot of people, they look at me and say, no, that can't be. My family, they look at that and say, oh no, he can't be. He can't be who the Almighty sent. He can't be the one who possesses the Spirit of the Almighty. See, there's possession of the Spirit of the Almighty, and then there's possession of the light of the Almighty. There's two different things going on. Possession of the Spirit, and also possession of the light. Possession of the light, it has to be within your code, within your DNA code. So this is possession of the light. But possession of the Spirit is a completely different thing. There's only one being that can possess the Spirit of the Almighty. But there's many beings that can possess the light of the Almighty. possess the Spirit of the Almighty. Now, we talk about the tree of life. And to be honest with you, there can only be one that can possess the tree of life. There can only be one that can possess the book of life. There can only be one to open up all 7 seals. But there can be many that can possess the light, that can be a part of the Almighty by its light, because it gives its light. It doesn't give it gives its light. It doesn't give its spirit, but it gives its light. So this is what you would call yourself as in having the DNA, the molecule of the Almighty, which is that spark, that all spark, is what you possess. But there can only be one being that can house the Spirit of the Almighty. So, what classifies someone as a leader? Ask yourself that. If it's someone with a high education, so be it. That will be your leader. If it's someone who reads a bunch of different Bibles and memorized them all, so be it. But if it's someone that's being led by the Almighty, and strictly by the Almighty, and this being makes no plans, this being is not reading from a script, this being is solely divinely guided. And when I say the Almighty's Spirit in the body, that means the body is being guided by the Spirit of the Almighty, which means the Spirit of the Almighty dwells within that body. But there are many that have the light of the Almighty, which is in their DNA, which is the Codex, Tesseract, or whatever you want to call it. So, what do you believe that is a leader? I'm going to leave this here. Like I said before, like, subscribe, share. Don't be a disservice of others. Don't be greedy. Share this video, because there are those that are being misled because of what they believe in, because of what society has deemed them to be leaders, or deemed them to feel that they can't be leaders, which is nothing wrong with that. But just how are you leading? Leading by greed? Are you leading by? Are you leading by an example? Are you setting a good example? Are you leading by your ego? Because that doesn't make a good leader. That doesn't mean that you're leading by example. So, what makes a good leader? you know that only you yourself knows what makes a good leader. But it's your choice. That's why there are those that have free will, as the Anunnaki would have you to believe, or the New Age would have you to believe. But those are the ones that are not sure whether they have calling on their life or not. So, question is, what do you believe? What do you classify as a leader? And whether you're following the right person. I don't want to say time will tell because time is of the essence. I can't make anyone follow me. I can only deliver the message. I can't make anyone like my videos. I can't make anyone watch my videos. But the one thing I will guarantee, you will remember the words that I speak. Lion of Judah, ancestor,